Okay, we are almost at our number one, but first we have to get to number two. And our second item on our top five television screw ups of 2017 is something that actually permeates across all the platforms. So this could apply to film, this could apply to gaming, action figures, a lot of different areas. But in regards to television, and I addressed this before, but it's my concern about a story we read, and I believe it was back in November, where Disney had issue with some reporting that the LA Times did regarding business dealings that was coming up with Disney, specifically a lot of things leading into the big merger that was coming up. And in response, because Disney didn't like what was being written, they were blocking the LA Times from having access to some of the Disney programming and some of the Disney product, essentially slapping their hands because they didn't necessarily like what was being reported. Folks, that is a very, very dangerous precedent. Because what you were doing at that point is you were essentially telling people, I'm controlling the product that is your bread and butter, your reviews, your write-ups, your news, and everything like that. So you either play nice with us or we're going to stranglehold you until the finances start to hurt. That's how news organizations become nothing more than public relations and propaganda machines. And the fact that Disney did this, and yes, there was a lot of backlash against them and they backed off. The reason why I used the Michael Corleone example is because it got the message out there. It really did. Yeah, of course, Disney's going to be like, we've reconsidered, LA Times is good, blah, blah, blah. But now everybody knows. You know what could possibly happen. And it's not going to be that public. It's going to be you're going to lose access to something here or lose access to something there. They're going to give access to another site or to another user who didn't have it before. There are ways to control it. And as you know, we live and die by our clicks. We live and die by our readers. And we are always being pushed to make sure that we're getting as many eyeballs out there as possible. You can't get eyeballs if you don't have access. So the reason why I say this is number two screw up, it is a screw up on Disney's part, not so much on their part because they know what they're doing, as other corporations who do this do too. It's a screw up because it takes us down a very dangerous slope where we're not going to have objective news and objective opinion and objective thought. We're just going to have a public relations machine that are just going to be pushing out memo after memo after memo and just feeding the people basically baby food. So that is definitely our number two, not just with Disney, but it's the one story that stuck out the most in 2017. But I think this is just, I think this is a warning to a lot of news agencies and journalistic bodies out there to keep a watch on.